What's up, YouTube? This is Jordan with Team Dragon Courtesy, bringing you Odd Eyes Magician deck profile. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Starting with the main deck, we're running 3 Dragon Pit Magician with 1 Dragon Pulse Magician. These are going to be your pretty much your standard scales you're going to want to go into. Dragon Pulse being 1, Dragon Pit being 8. They have similar. They have no monster effects, but they have similar pendulum effects. You pitch a pendulum from your hand, and Dragon Pulse can destroy monsters. Dragon Pit can destroy spell or traps. And Dragon Pulse is your level 4 to help you make rank 4 plays. Dragon Pit is your level 7 to help you make rank 7 plays. So if he's not in the pendulum zone, you can summon him. Moving on, we've got 3 Wisdom Eye Magician. His monster effect is garbage, in my opinion, but his pendulum effect is really good. When he's in the pendulum scale, you can destroy him and immediately set a pendulum scale straight from your deck, any one you want. So he's really good if you don't have the scale you immediately need, because his 5 scale's kind of bad, but really good all around. Decent stats, too. Next, we're running 2 Oath Dragon Magician. He's going to be your recycler. When he's in the monster zone, he can get pendulums back from the graveyard, and when he's in the pendulum zone, he can get pendulums back from the extra deck, so, or add them to your hand. So if you're running out of steam, he can help you get back some of your resources so you can keep pushing into your combos. Next, we're running the 1 Noble Dragon Magician. She's our tuner. She's used for level 7 synchro plays, which are the only synchros in here. And she can only make dragons, so everything we run is a dragon. Next, we're going to talk about Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, our boss monster of the main deck. Level 7, really big, 2500 attack. When he does battle damage, he does double damage, so when you attack over something, let's say that has 0 attack, you're going to do 5000 damage, which is pretty nuts. Like I said, level 7, so easily spammable. His pendulum effect is and he's an emergency level 4, or he's an emergency scale 4, but you really don't want to put him in there. You really want to summon him and use him. 3 Performapal Skullcrabat Joker. He's our Stratos of the deck. When he's normal summoned, he can search anything in the deck and add it to your hands, so he's really good. Can also be recycled pretty well with another card in our deck that I'll get to. He's also an emergency scale 8. You don't want to use him in your pendulum scale, but like with Odd Eyes, he can be an emergency scale if you need him to be. Next, running my tech card Dark Magician. Pretty retro to see him. He's level 7 spellcaster, 2500 attack. He fits with the theme pretty well. I just like him. I mean, he's never really let me down. He's never been dead. Whenever I've had him, I've been able to pendulum him and Xyz with him or just beat with him. It's pretty good. Next, we're running 2 Mist Valley Apex Avian. He's the control portion of your deck. Whenever your opponent activates a effect, you can target that card or effect, bounce him back to the hand, destroy that card, and then you can pendulum summon him back next turn. So he really helps lock your opponent down, and your opponent has to go through some of their more important resources to deal with him and get him off the field, which lets you do other things while they're trying to focus on him. Also level 7, so just fits. Xyz Magician. His monster effect is okay. You can target a light monster and negate its effect till the end phase. That's pretty good. He's level 7, obviously. He's a low scale again, so he's pretty good to go with your Dragon Pit or whatever. His pendulum effect is pretty good. Is good. That's how you get out Rebellion. He's your Rebellion play, and if you summon Rebellion, you're pretty much good. But again, if anything, he's a level 7. You can Xyz with him and whatnot. Decent stats. Next, we're running Magispector Unicorn. I'm running 2. I don't have the second one. But in its place, I'm running Samurai Cavalier of Reptir. Or Samurai Cavalry of Reptir, I'm sorry. Unicorn is good. I can bounce one of my pendulums back and target one of your monsters and bounce that back to the hand. So he's really useful in getting over your opponent's problem monsters. And going back to Skullcrabat Joker, if you bounce him back to your hand, he's easily spammable because you can just keep normal summoning him and get your searches off. Samurai over here can destroy anything that he attacks that's not a pendulum with his effect. So he's really good also at getting over your opponent's problem monsters and can be easily spammed back via penduluming. Finally, Archfiend Eccentric. She's our last monster. Her pendulum effect, if you destroy her, you can destroy a spell or trap. Our monster effect, you can destroy her and you can destroy a monster. So basically she's a recyclable exiled force that you can keep penduluming him back. So she's good. Moving on to the spells, we're running 2 Pendulum Call. 3 is too cloggy. I see some people run 3, but it's just too cloggy to me, especially since you have to discard to use it. And it's already hard trying to keep hand advantage in this deck anyway. So 2 is fine. I see it when I need it, and it's good. Lets you get 2 magicians with different scales, add them to your hand. So if you need a set of scales, you got a set of scales. 2 Sky Iris, the field spell. It has like an odd eyes thing going on, but I mainly run it because it protects your scales from MSTs, stuff like that. So it's really good, and I run a terraforming to search it. 1 Odd Eyes Fusion. Polarization does the same thing, but I like Odd Eyes Fusion because it looks cool. And if your opponent has 2 or more monsters and you don't control any monsters, which will probably rarely happen, but you can fuse from the extra deck. So it's really nice. That's how you get out the fusions I'm going to show. 3 Upstart Goblins for consistency. Just helps you get to your combo pieces faster. And I have a 37 card deck, so self-explanatory. Pot of Riches. I'm still testing with this. I like it. You can get 3 pendulums in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck, draw 2 cards. It's pretty useful since if you detach pendulums with Xyz, they don't go to the extra deck, so they do go to the graveyard. So they're not as easy to recycle. But this lets you recycle them, and gives you a little extra hand to work with. Then the last one ofs, 1 MST, 1 Raigeki. I have spell and trap removal in the deck, like I talked about, like Archfiend Eccentric and Dragon Pit Magician, but it's still nice. I still like the 1 MST in case I need it. Raigeki, you know, let me just clear your board. Everybody knows. On to traps, running 1 Echo Oscillation. Again, I'm still testing with it. I like it so far. You can blow up one of your own scales to draw a card. Obviously, the pendulum will go to the extra deck, so you can pendulum summon it back next turn after you reset your scale, and you get a card. So it just adds. I just try to add a little draw power to the deck, a little consistency. I like it so far. Next, we're running 2 Breakthrough Skill. I don't like monster effects. Breakthrough Skill, negate the effect, go to the graveyard, then you can banish it to negate a monster's effect again. Not in the same turn, but it's pretty good. If your opponent's about to push real bad, you can lock them down with that. 1 Torrential Tribute, destroys every monster on the field, but it's a nice combo with Pendulum since you can Pendulum Summon them back, so you really don't lose them. Then 1 Solemn Warning. Moving on to the extra deck. For rank 4s, I'm running Castell, Perform Mage, Trapeze Magician, and Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. There's plenty of rank 4s to choose from. That's the 3 I chose. You can really just play with that however you want to. Rank 7s, we're running Master of Blades. I'm debating taking him out for another Vortex Dragon, but he's in here for now. I like him. Big Eye, obvious reasons. Mecha Phantom Beast Draco Sack, really solid rank 7, easy to make, super useful. Next we're running Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, really good in the deck, super easy to make. Next we're running Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon, really good. If you summon him, he's a win condition of sorts. If you summon him, you're probably gonna win. You got to use Zhangji Magician though, which is I am running one of, so it's iffy, but he's still a good rank 7 to go into. He's really good. For the last of the Xyz, we're running 2 Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. He can negate attacks, and when you detach, you can special summon an Odd Eyes from the graveyard, and when he's destroyed, you can special summon any Odd Eyes monster from your extra deck. Good stats, really solid, easy to make. For the synchros, we're running Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. Goes along with Apex Avian. Just helps control your opponent a little bit. Helps them waste their resources. Clearwing Synchro Dragon. Really solid level 7 all around. Odd Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon. Really good stats, good effect. Now the two fusions, I'm running Rune Eyes Pendulum Dragon. I haven't actually summoned this yet, but I feel like if I do, it'll be really cool. He can attack either 2 times or 3 times, 3k beater. I mean, he just seems solid. And finally, we're running the 1 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. Like I said, I'm debating running 2, but Odd Eyes Vortex is really good. When you special summon, you can bounce a monster. Really good stats. I mean, 3k defense. Nothing to complain about. And that's it, guys. Feel free to comment with any suggestions or thoughts on the build, and just check out the other stuff we've got going on the channel. That's it.